Hey guys, welcome to this week's at Ping. Getting into some questions. We got 3 sent in from different people this week. First one from Jeremiah Lewis. Please, dear Ping, why does the AMA stop one series of the 250s when they only need 1 to 2 rounds to finish them versus waiting 8 weeks to finish that series? Also, why on dear God's green earth does the AMA put championships on the line and combine the series in a shootout? My personal opinion is finish each series, then have the dang shootout. Can we even call it that anymore these days? But then again, what does some 40-plus spode riding 3 times a day? That's a lie. No. Gracias. Jeremiah Lewis. Okay, so first of all, the scheduling has been tough on these guys. I know just talking to them, availability from stadiums, having to now look at states and their protocols for COVID and all the masks and all the stuff. It's a nightmare. If you look at what rounds were East and West this year, none of it made sense. They did their best to just get it together. So I'm not going to be too tough on the scheduling. It's like you don't know all the other things that go into availability for those stadiums. Other events, even on a normal year, it's available during this time, and it's not during this time because they got baseball or they got whatever going on, football. So it's just tough. They're juggling a lot of things trying to make that happen. You got to remember, Feld's in the entertainment business, right? As a rider, I would absolutely hate the format they're using now. I would hate it. You could work your butt off all year long to get into this championship chase and be battling with 1 or 2 or 3 guys. And then at this last round, they throw in the guys from the other coast. You get a bad start. Now you can't work up and even get into the battle. I mean, it's just, as a rider, it would be frustrating. As a fan, I love it. I'm sure you guys did too. It's more drama. I mean, this year, both those titles were pretty much wrapped up. And the fact that they added in the other coast almost brought like a new element to it where you're like, well, hey, it's not a totally sealed deal. Maybe these guys go down or they bend something on the bike, and now they've got a whole nother group of fast riders that can get in there and steal points. So it just depends on how you're looking at it. Again, as a rider, I'd hate it, but I think as a fan, I kind of like it. So that's that. And then as far as the East-West shootout thing goes, it's been the showdown for several years now. They have taken shootout out of it. Welcome to Woketopia. That's just the way it goes these days. I can't say anything that might offend anybody. All right. Thank you for that, Jeremiah. Next one. Hey, Ping. So last week you said Carmichael could qualify for a Supercross. I think it was a couple weeks ago. What about Jeremy McGrath? What about you? With 1 month to prepare, could you qualify? Have a good one. This is Big Al. Jeremy, no problem. He did have a full knee replacement, and I don't know. Last time I spoke with him, he said it's better. He's still getting more range of motion. It's feeling better and better, but I don't know if it's good to go hammer whoops, and I'm not totally sure. If his knee was okay to do it, no problem. He could qualify out of shape and out of form and still get it done. He's got more talent in that knee they removed than most guys on the starting line still do today. So it wouldn't be an issue for him. For me, no chance, like zero. I wouldn't do it. I haven't ridden Supercross in years, and I have no intention of ever doing that. Your frontal cortex as a male doesn't fully develop until you're in your late 20s. And that is the part of your brain that sort of controls fear and that type of thing, and a lot of rational thinking. And once mine developed, I was like, what am I doing here? There's some things I shouldn't be doing on a motorcycle with this many people around. And Supercross was one of them. So I'm out. It's gnarly, and I don't need to get hurt like that. I got too much to lose, nothing to gain. So for me, absolutely not. But thank you, Big Al, for the question. I appreciate it. Last question. This is from Chucky D. Ping, I heard Star Yamaha is moving to Florida and other manufacturers are following suit. Is it basically a requirement to live in Florida now if you want to win? So this was actually interesting. I was talking to, I'll give Tyler some credit here, Tyler Keefe over at TLD, the Gas TLD team. And we were talking about that very thing, how important it is to be back east. You know, they've been kicking that around and trying to kind of decide the best thing. And he said, in the last 10 years, there's been 33 250 titles won. 19 of those titles came out of California. The ones that did not are Zach Osborne, AC, Chase, Marvin, I think Bogle, some others. But his point is that it's still very possible, in fact, more likely to win being in California than somewhere else. So I would say, I think what you're seeing is that it's very difficult to do business in California. The tax structure and politics are not conducive to business. They're not business friendly. And so you see these big businesses. Yamaha's moving a bunch of stuff. Honda's moving a bunch of stuff to Georgia, to Florida. If you're a company that big, I can't imagine what your tax nut is, but it's not small. And so if you can move to a different state and operate and pay a fraction of the taxes, it affects your bottom line pretty significantly. So I get that. I don't see us losing all the race teams. Just the infrastructure here with shops and the manufacturers still being here, the race teams themselves. We could see a slow migration that way, but I think it'll be slow. But it is true, Star is moving, and that's going to definitely bring some changes and some shakeups, and it'll be interesting to see kind of how that works and if any other teams do start moving in that direction. So anyway, those are our questions. Thank you guys for sending them in. And remember, you can send them in on video. Just take a little video with your phone and email it to ping@vitalmx.com and get your face on here. You can ask your question exactly how you want to with the proper voice inflection, and you don't have to have me trying to read it. So thank you guys for watching. See you next week.